Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me okay? Because my earbuds don't work anymore with my computer. I gotta give me some
Gotta
more.
sync it back up.
Huh?
You have to sync it back up.
I don't know what's going on because I never unsynced it.
Oh, okay.
Unsunk it. Whatever you say.
I sunk it. Okay. So hey guys, it's your girl, Big Ski is Faith, and Wendy here with another episode of the Size Up.
We've missed you.
We have we've taken a bit of a hiatus. Both of us were out of town a couple of weeks ago. Um, in the process of me coming back into town, I got sick. And y'all know I don't miss work.
Like a
Like
dog.
so I
She
was
got sick like
I
a
was sick
dog.
sick. I'm talking about sounding like Barry White and everything. They didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm still on medication, but I'm here. Praise God. Um, so yeah, we are playing catch up today. Normally I'd be having a lineup of what we got to talk about. We just
Mhm.
don't go in tonight. I don't even have a spotlight or a shine for anybody. That's how bad it is. Again, pray my strength. I'm just getting over this stuff. But we knew that we needed to do an episode because we missed you guys greatly. I wanted to make sure that we were able to reach out to you guys today and talk um about the things that are happening in this good old world.
In this good old world.
In this good old world. So what I will say is this. Real Housewives of Atlanta. And well, hold on, let me back up. We talked about Jan Shaw being arrested, not arrested, but being charged, correct?
Right.
Okay, so Jen is guilty. They found her guilty. They haven't sentenced her yet. However, in 2 weeks, word on the curb is we're going to get a trailer for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, followed by a trailer for Real Housewives of Potomac, which I'm waiting on that because we've been hearing all these things about the Potomac ladies. Hadn't heard so much about Salt Lake City. And if Jen Shaw's not going to be on there, I really don't think it's a reason, or Mary Crosby. It won't be a reason for me to really watch the Salt Lake City gals. Um, I do know that they should be done filming by now, but they were filming the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 3, which has Portia, Giselle, Candace. Um, I'm missing somebody. I think I'm missing somebody. Am I missing?
Well, if you're missing somebody, they're not important.
Gotcha. And, all the other people in the other housewife shows. But um this is gonna be interesting because of course Candace and Giselle have fallen out yet again.
Of
Um
course.
and so on the new season of Potomac, Giselle made some ugly allegations allegedly. Hold on, where my banner at? Because I think I made it. Did I not make it? All commentary. Yeah. There we go. I got it. I got it. um
Oh yeah.
so Giselle made some ugly allegations against Chris Bassett. That lit a fire under Candace's behind. She didn't like it, of course. Clearly, if you're accusing my husband of cheating, I'm not gonna like it either. Or hitting on you, I'm not gonna like it either. So that's gonna be a thing. They still don't fool with Wendy, of course. Um, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how Real Housewives of Potomac goes. I did not like Karen's show. I love Karen. It was not interesting enough to hold my attention. I don't think I even watched the last few episodes.
I
Just
don't watch these spinoffs, to be honest with you. I don't. Because they always sometimes are somewhat of a big disappointment.
well, I
I
like
know Portia
Candy in the game.
wasn't.
I did like Candy in the game.
Yeah,
I liked it. A lot of people don't like Candy.
I'm not too much of a Candy fan. I'm
I don't
sorry.
have a problem with Candy. Candy knows how to get the bag. Now,
Yeah,
Is she my favorite housewife? No, she's not. I like Kandi, the business mogul. I like Kandi, the go getter. I like her getting the bag. I like seeing her do that. She has her hands in a whole bunch of different things. That's what I enjoy about her. She's a great songwriter as well.
Do you think Marlo is jealous of that?
We're gonna get to that in a minute because Marlo has done the most and she's gone too far.
Trying to keep a peach, honey.
Trying to keep her peach, and I hope they snatch it away because you done use them babies. At this point, you done use your nephews to get your peach. That's how I feel now. Um, so she's not my favorite, and she also said, I heard because rumors have it or word on the curb is they are shooting the
Reunion in
reunion.
New York. They in New York
They're in New York.
because Andy said, "I'm not leaving my baby girl." You know he
I
got
don't
to go.
blame him. When you're the boss, I'm not an Andy Cohen fan, but when you're the boss and you get to call the shots, those are the types of shots you get to call is the boss. So fly the girls in to be near you in New York. I'm with it. So Kandi, they were interviewing her on Access Hollywood, and they asked Kandi, would she ever do an Ultimate Girls trip? And she said no. She would, because everybody that she would have wanted to go on a trip has already recorded. And so she don't want to be the outcast on the trip or on the lonesome because there's only so many black housewives, you see what I'm saying, that they ain't got that many of them. Not that she got a problem with the white ones, but the black ones probably would be more her style. So she named the ones that have already gone that she would be okay with being on a trip with them. That's not where we're going. Or that's not what she's interested in doing. So there's that. Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I have not watched the new episode tonight or Married to Medicine, which Married to Medicine is currently on. So I'm gonna go back and watch that. Once we get off of here, I'm gonna watch both of those. How can I put this? Marlo came for Kandi this past week. And she came for Kandi with the vengeance. But now Kandi, I think this is gonna be an interesting reunion because Kandi is hearing some of the things some of the girls are saying in the confessionals about her and co-signing some of the things that Marlo is saying. Like for instance, Sheree making those comments like, well, Kandi was a hoe. If Kandi was a hoe, guess what?
That's Kandi's business. That's our business.
That's Kandi's business. And who's gonna check her, boo? Who?
So are you jealous, Sheree, because Kandi is securing bags?
Real talk, we about to talk about Sheree too, because what Sheree is doing right now, to me, is borderline desperate. So Marlo came for Kandi this past week, saying that Kandi was not known worldwide. She was only known in Atlanta. She said that Kandi takes care of Todd. All kinds of things that she threw her way. The thing that bothers Kandi and Todd is that they were championing for her in the background for her to get a peach. Not only that, when she was not asked, because it was a couple of seasons where she was not on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know if it was because her and Nene fell out. I couldn't remember exactly what the situation was. But whatever that situation was, Marlo wasn't on the show for a couple of seasons. When she was not on the show for a couple of seasons, Kandi and Todd had taken their resources and negotiated a deal with another network for Marlo to get her own show. Okay? Real Housewives of Atlanta reached back out to Marlo to ask her to be a friend of the show, and she sabotaged the situation and the relationship that Kandi and Todd had with their other network so that she could be a friend of, instead of having her own show and get her own bag. So they are really upset that she's acting like this. Same thing with Porsha. Similar situation that happened with Porsha. Porsha, Kandi was one of Porsha's biggest supporters. When when Portia went through the divorce with oh boy, the football player. I don't remember his name.
Cordell.
Cordell. And Portia was trying to, sing and be out there and act and do all these different things. Kandi gave her the opportunities and had put her in positions. But then when Phaedra and Kandi fell out, and I really felt like, in my opinion, and I love Portia, I love her. However, in my opinion, I feel like Portia should have been neutral in that situation. It caused her to have a falling out with Shamea. She and Shamea are cool now, but it caused her to have the falling out with Shamea. All kinds of stuff spiraled from that situation. She fell out with another one of her longtime friends as a result of that. But I feel like if you had just been neutral, stayed out of the squabble between Phaedra and Kandi, none of the whole little thing would have happened. That's just my thought process with that. The whole rape allegations and all that stuff would not have come out. So Phaedra, a lot of people are saying they want Phaedra back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Kandi already said if she coming back, I'm gone.
And I wouldn't miss Kandi if Kandi was gone.
Mm-mm.
Again, I like Kandi. But she's not my favorite housewife. So I wouldn't miss Kandi if Kandi was gone. Because Phaedra is good TV. And she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's good TV. Now word on the curb is they are trying to, I know she is a friend of on Dubai. Word on the curb is they're trying to infiltrate her into the Dubai situation. I don't know how that's gonna go or how that's gonna work out. And I haven't been watching Dubai, so I don't know what's going on over there with those girls.
Girl, I haven't. I need to catch up.
Right. But if she does do the Dubai thing, I might watch it because it's Phaedra. You know what I'm saying? Again, good TV. So that's where I am with that. There have been Nene has recordings proving that Andy and people of Bravo have blocked opportunities for her outside of Bravo. And she wants to release them, but she didn't. Of course, a lot of people were like, well, why don't you go on to release them? Well, she's in the middle of a court case, so that wouldn't be smart for her to do. From my understanding, they're trying to settle, which means typically when a network is settling with somebody, there's a lot of truth probably to what is being said. They're trying to prevent it from going to court. Mm-hmm. That's what that is. I don't know nobody settling just because. I know a couple of different situations where the people settled and they may not have been guilty of whatever was
AKA Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna go with Michael Jackson because the second time he had no choice. Dude, this is the second time you've been caught up in this situation. Go on, set out of court. Let's go on about our business. But I'm so sorry. I'm really eating this popcorn because I'm hungry. But with that being said, it's some truth to what she's saying.
Yeah.
She's not lying. And a lot of people don't want to believe that she's not that she's telling the truth because it's Nene.
Mm-hmm.
Does she go about things wrong? Absolutely. Does she pop off at the mouth and go off and go through so many different changes? Absolutely. But that does not discount what she's saying, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I believe he blocked opportunities. You can't work in this town ever again. Mm-hmm. I believe he did. And a lot of people are saying, well, she got College Hill, a BET check, and a Bravo check. You tell me what's going to be the higher check.
Bravo.
Absolutely. And then if I got the opportunity to work with another network or have my own podcast and do that, do a comedy tour, any of those things that you'd have the opportunity to do, why not? And those opportunities are being blocked based off of any slander that Andy and his camp are throwing out there against her. I absolutely believe it. I'm sorry. So you're mad because she blasted you. And hey, it is what it is. So Sheree, let's talk about her real quick.
Mm. Girl, I don't know what to say about her. Okay, first she had this thing with
Yes, Charmaine. Hi.
hey Charmaine, hey Diva Boo.
Mm-hmm.
First she had the thing with Tyrone.
Correct.
Okay, now she with Martell, but he's saying no, she ain't.
But they in New York together. Let's talk about this real quick. This is a fabricated relationship. Okay, it's fabricated. I don't know whose idea this was, but if I'm gonna have a fabricated relationship, it's definitely not gonna be with Martell Holt, who has his own mess going on and taking place right now. Although he is divorced from his ex-wife Melody, now he is claiming that Melody is not a fit mother and taking her to court to battle custody for their 4 children. She's never said that he was a bad father. She's never put information out there like him about that, but he's coming at her hard and it's a mess and it's a trip because again, he's still hurt and still can't believe the girl divorced him. Let's talk about that because she's allowed him to cheat on her for so many years. So Sheree, this is a step up because at least the brother got a job and he's not a felon. However, you're gonna end up in the same boat. Like, stop. So they are in New York and they were on her Instagram live, and of course he is saying that they are not together. There are rumors swirling around. He's a serial cheater. I definitely wouldn't put myself in that position to be with somebody who cheats and is a known and documented cheater. Like, why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in that position in that situation? But I really think it's a fabricated relationship, and it's probably to keep her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tyrone
keep them both relevant, to be honest with you.
You said what?
To keep them both relevant, to be honest.
Well, he's gonna be relevant regardless. He has a following. He has all of that. Sheree made no clothes. Okay. Sheree been talking about she for Sheree for how long? Sheree
with
made
no fashions.
A fashion show with no fashion. She's based. This is more so for her to keep that peach on Atlanta because guess what? He's the executive producer of his show over there at OWN. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, he and Melody are executive producers at Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. Sheree is not the executive producer of anything, not even the clothing line. So all I'm saying is,
oh no, you did not.
Who is this for? I'm just listen.
How who this woman?
I'm just saying. He's the executive producer of his show. You are not. You have no negotiating bearings at all. If Bravo decides to cut ties with you tomorrow, they're gonna cut ties with you tomorrow. He can't. They're not gonna cut him off of his show. So no, not for both of them to stay relevant. For her to stay relevant, that's for her, not for him. We'll see how that turns out. But I think this reunion is going to be interesting. Very interesting. I cannot wait for the girls to turn into Marlo. I cannot wait until Kandi addresses everybody that has been like coming for her behind the scenes. I can't wait for all of that. That's going to be quite interesting to see. Now, I don't want a 4-part reunion. Bravo. The season ain't been that good for them to have a 4-part reunion. So I don't want that. Keep a 4-part reunion to yourself. I don't want that at all. And let me say this. I love Monyetta. She's the voice of reason in the group. However, don't invite Monyetta to the reunion for her to say one sentence and then y'all put her off the stage either. So I'm just telling y'all what I don't need, because I don't need y'all to do her like y'all did a Scholar on Real Housewives of Potomac last year at their reunion. That girl said one sentence and it was okay. A Scholar, it was nice meeting you. Thanks for coming. You're so cute. Let's not do that either. So just want to put that out there. Want to put that out there. Married to Medicine. Let me tell y'all something right now. This doctor, I mean not this doctor, this
The
attorney.
lawyer,
Mhm.
man,
I can't wait.
man. But you know what? Somebody need to put Toya in her place anyway.
Toya needs to be put in her place.
Because Toya's not that bright. She's not that bright at all.
She coming for
Because
that lady. You don't know that
because
lady, Toya.
if she was bright, she wouldn't be letting Eugene go through what he's going through. Eugene's about had it.
Baby, Eugene was
He,
finna
he at
whoop
the
up
point
on
he
the other
going off
doctor.
on. He going off on. He acting like the woman.
He is. He was mad. He was upset. That man said the joke was funny. And it was. Eugene laughed. It was funny. We never been petty like that amongst the men. Sorry, it was funny. People move every day, but not every other day, Eugene. Not
Or every year.
they don't move. They don't move as often as you guys do because your wife is grandiose. Uh, which ain't nothing wrong with that, but if you got a dream home, I need this to be your forever. Your dream home is this is my dream, and I got everything in my dream. Not, you know what? I ain't had no tennis court on this one, so we're gonna sell this one, and then we're gonna do what we do over here. So, I can't wait to see that tonight. I can't wait for the attorney, the real estate attorney, to read her for Phil. I'm waiting on that. I really, really am. It's gonna give me life. Uh, my life is gonna be gotten. Okay. Um. So yeah. Um. I think I might go back and get caught up on Married at First Sight because I saw a clip and yeah, I think I'm going. I think I'm gonna watch. I think I'm gonna watch. The black people is calling the other people out, and I'm gonna watch, and I can't wait to watch because they calling them out. They calling them out. So I think I'm gonna go back. I was like, you know what? I might go back and watch this because. So they didn't
It's
get
so funny. Hold on. The light skinned couple, because you know there's a light skinned couple and there's a dark skinned couple.
why y'all do that? Why y'all do
But,
that? Lifetime.
but the light, oh, you know, Brianna's pregnant.
I saw that. And then
Mm-hmm.
Amani and
Had her baby.
they had
And
their
Woody
baby.
had
Yeah.
their baby boy. But anyway, the light skinned
And they
couple, the
just bought
girl,
a house. And they just bought a house.
yeah. So the light skinned couple, the woman, she said, so how do you feel about posting up agreements?
Baby, listen. She the boss. She a businesswoman. She thank you.
That had me cracking up.
And the dark skinned couple, the lady didn't seem like she was too into old boy. Now she all in love. I saw that. I was like, oh, she was a little tough cookie to crumble. So I think I'm gonna watch it. It's kind of giving me hope.
Yeah, the
Asian
guy,
guy.
he already talking about he love her, and she like, okay.
Oh, she said it in the clip I watched. She said it.
Oh, she said
Yes.
it.
Mm-hmm. They was like, "What you say?" We heard her. We heard her. Yeah. Uh-huh. She on that boy like white on rice. I will say that. Literally all over him. So I'm digging it. So I might watch it. They give me a little hope. A little hope. Because I said I wasn't doing it to myself on Wednesday nights no more. So here we go.
There's so much going on Wednesday nights. Because you got Beverly Hills, I watch Housewives of Beverly Hills. I watch Dubai, and then you have Married at First Sight. And you have Big Brother. And girl, Big Brother.
Oh my God, we don't talk about Big Brother, Mom. I'm caught up.
But you been watching it?
Because my mama, and I've been with my mom for a week, over a week now at this point. I'm caught up. I watched the episode tonight with her, as a matter of fact. So I'm real caught up.
Okay, we talk about it tomorrow because I have some things to say.
I do too.
And I'm glad it backfired on those folks. I'm glad it backfired on them folks. I know them folks looking real stupid
Very stupid. I can't wait to talk about it.
And,
I
the-
can't
and
wait.
then I was watching like they have an extended she has an extended interview with the people that's on the CBS
Mhm,
Big Brother
mhm,
on Instagram.
mhm.
And Nicole was talking about how she shouldn't have played everybody's game by going after her. No, you realize you messed up
You
when
messed
you was
up.
telling your guy what she was doing. So now they're gonna go back and watch all this stuff and see
Mhm,
she ain't got nothing to do with why Paloma left. Paloma
mm-mm.
just lost her dang mind and she
Yep,
decided she needed to go.
yep, yep, yep,
And
yep,
they want to blame her.
yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Big Brother tomorrow. Because thanks to Wendy and my mother, I am hooked to the show. It's their fault.
Because the
Uh,
last but hold
because
on.
last year.
Let me say this right quick. Okay, so they got the challenge also that comes on Wednesday night.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
have some people from Big Brother,
Love
Temptation,
Island.
Love Island, what's the other? The Survivor,
Survivor
Amazing
and
Race,
Amazing
all
Race.
that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It's no cookout in that situation.
Oh, no, it can't be. It can't be because they randomly select the partners for each challenge. So even
Right. But
the
I'm
way they
just
used to,
tripping because because Xavier's out the game, right? And so Kylan and Alyssa was like, it's our chance to do comeback.
yeah.
Come get it, come back. Yeah.
So we'll see. I like that show. I used to watch the Real World Road Rules Challenge back in the day. They used to come on. So this is the same concept. They just took the CBS stars and they have a world competition. So whoever wins this one, they'll be entered into the world competition to compete and that sort of thing. So I used to love those challenges. Now, would I ever do any of the stuff that they had them doing? Absolutely not. I can't swim. Um, I'm not climbing no walls. I'm not walking no the tightrope. I ain't doing none of the stuff they be doing. I'm not doing it. Yes, yes. But guess what? Tell her, baby, this is an old show. This show old as dirt. Look,
So
as a
is.
matter of fact, I believe
Go
they
on,
have the old
if you go
season.
on Paramount Plus, baby, because it started out with Real World Road Rules people
Yeah,
on
they
MTV.
had a challenge. It was going them going against each other.
And so some of them folks still trying,
They
still
are.
going for it. They winning and they still going for it.
Mm-hmm. So you ought to let her go back and watch them episodes. Ooh, Lord. um. So I think we're done with the. Oh, one more thing. Congrats to Teresa. I cannot pronounce the lady's name.
It was Giudice. Well, at first it was
Judice.
Judah, but then she wanted to make sure it sounded Italian. So she says Giudice, but she's no longer Giudice. I think she's Realis or something like that. But we're gonna see how long that lasts. Because he gonna show his true colors.
They keep saying it.
But her brother and her sister-in-law,
It is. They did not show up.
they did not. He said they had she has a podcast. Melissa Gorga has a podcast called On Play, and I listened to it. And basically, he was saying he couldn't say the extent on why, because it's on the show, it's on the Housewives. But I'm surprised that Margaret went to the wedding, because I thought Margaret and Teresa, according to last season, couldn't get along. But I think Margaret is BFF.
She could have extended the invitation to everybody just to be nice. I don't know if it's gonna be recorded for the new season.
No. By time it was the reunion, Margaret was not reunion from last season. Margaret was not invited. Oh, okay. And Dolores was not not in the bridal party because Dina Manzo was a bridesmaid, was supposed to be the matron of honor.
Right, and
Now, because this is going to be it's going to be separate from the Housewives of New Jersey. They're going to have it like a spinoff, like Candy did with her wedding.
Special. Okay.
So, because it was being filmed in the wedding special, Dina decided not to be a part of it and not go.
Okay.
If you don't know the backstory of it, Dina Manzo and Caroline Manzo, they're both sisters married to brothers. Right. They were married to brothers. And so Dina divorced her husband and got with another guy. Her husband is allegedly connected to the mob and had her and the boyfriend beat up.
Right. I remember you telling me that.
And so
I didn't follow none of them.
And so I think he got arrested for it and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And Caroline did a character letter stating why they should let him out of jail. Now, since they have already been out of the outs before all of this happened.
Right.
And it's a lot of in Caroline's siblings, it's like 12 of them.
Okay.
And Dina is the baby. So because of that, Dina just fears for her safety, and she doesn't want, and she didn't want. That was the other reason why Dolores wasn't going to be going to the wedding, because Dolores and Caroline are good friends, and Dina didn't want, them to know when she's in town and all that kind of stuff. So allegedly.
Well, we got all commentary is alleged. Okay, so that wraps up our reality portion of the show. Where do I begin? Want to talk about Irv Gotti? Let's talk about that real quick. Let's
you know what? He needs life. Get a life. Get a life.
If y'all haven't heard, Irv Gotti has a special that came out similar to the Rough Riders special that they had on BET and the No Limit special that they had on TV. They're doing a Murder Inc. I thought they already did this, but apparently they had not. So they dive into a lot of Murder Inc., how Murder Inc. got started. The players, all the artists and everybody, production team, the whole shebang, up until the feds, getting caught up and getting arrested and stuff. As far as the feds were concerned, here is what bothered me. Not that I care that this man and Ashanti had something going on. He and his wife, who he is still with to this day, and this is the other thing that I would have a huge problem with as the wife. He and Ashanti had something going on. They were dating. They were sleeping together. They were doing whatever. Now, I remember when we were younger and Ashanti came out, I was in undergrad, and there was rumor going around saying that Ashanti and Ja Rule had something going on. I was like, nah, I don't believe it. Ja Rule's wife looked like she'll cut somebody. That was my whole thing, because she did. She looked like she was going to cut somebody.
I'm still tripping how much his son looked just like him.
Oh, my God. Spitting image.
Go ahead.
That ain't had no help. So, I mean, because that's literally Ja Rule. Oh, my God. It's awful. But that was the little baby that we used to see walking around in a diaper on the little reality shows and that sort of thing back then when, they were big. So he discussed how he and Ashanti had a relationship, and the way he found out that Ashanti was dating Nelly was, on an award show. He was watching an award show, and that really hurt his little heart. Here's my thing. How dare you, married man? Because you were separated from your wife. I don't even know if you was legally separated.
But then he found out that she was dating him when he was sitting on the couch with his wife.
But that hurt your heart. Let me say this right now. Dear married dudes who date side chicks, because there are plenty of you out there. So I'm gonna just put this into perspective for you. Guess what? You married. So whoever I date outside of you ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay? You feel away if you want to, but at the end of the day, you have a whole wife at the house. Care how much you be over my house. I don't care what you do for me. I want a whole husband too. I don't want to be side chick forever. So that means I'm not, because keep in mind, you still with your wife to this day. Which means, guess what Ashanti would have been? A side chick for the rest of her life. How dare you? You butt hurts 20 plus years later. You still talking about how you was upset and hurt because Ashanti was dating Natalie? Sir, and you have a wife? If you ain't divorced, you still married. I don't care if you legally separated. I don't care. Now, and I will say, well, that man was separated from his wife and they were legally. I say that all the time. But at the end of the day, I'm not in a relationship with no man who still got papers on the woman. I just need y'all to know that right now. So if you got papers on the woman, you you can't come call my phone and dictate what I do, who I do it with. We don't go together in real life. I'm in the background. I'm singing in the background. Okay? Background singers can rotate and go sing for Luther. They can go sing for Aretha. They can go sing for Whit. They can sing for whoever they want to sing for. You cannot get mad because that girl went and found her a real. Now, word on the curve was that wasn't a real relationship either, but it wasn't a real relationship for many years. Okay, because they say he had a real chick that I don't know why they do stupid industry stuff. Let them folk be with their real people. But at any rate, and this is all alleged. I'm putting it out there. I know I got the banner, but it's alleged. Let that lady live her life. She is single or in a relationship or not in a relationship. But she minding her business over here. She didn't ask for your commentary. Then you gonna get mad because when he got arrested, she ran like a roach. Ain't no sense in all us going to jail, homie. What I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna support you? You stay with your wife. What you want with me?
What do you want with me?
Why I need to hold you down for? You got a whole wife. That ain't even my job, my guy. Oh, and married men who have side chicks, they think like he do. You got a wife, my guy. There is nothing we have to talk about. If I was to lose my mind, because I don't fool with the married folk, but if I was to lose my mind and decide to be a side chick, I would be the worst side chick ever because there is it's no loyalty over here because you're not loyal to me. You got a wife. That's where your loyalty lies. I need y'all to stop playing these stupid games because you're going to get stupid prizes each and every time. And you still crying about this 20 million years later. That girl done moved on with her life.
Not even with Nelly anymore.
Not even with Nelly no more. Nelly done dated Floyd Mayweather's ex-girl and they done broke up. Like, come on, man. Stop.
Get over it.
That was real true simp behavior. Y'all quick to holler about a simp. That's simp behavior right there. At its finest.
Exactly.
At its finest. You go get a journal, write it in your journal. I don't need to know about that 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. I don't care to know that. Sir, let that lady live her life and leave her alone. She out here living her best life, looking good at 40 plus years old. Let that girl live. Leave her alone. All right. In other news, Angela Yee, 1/3 of the Breakfast Club, announced this past week that she will be leaving the Breakfast Club to have her own show. I like Angela. And although she has her podcast, The Lip Service, I'm not 100% on her carrying her own syndicated radio show. That's how I feel. I might be wrong. She might kill it, you know. I'm happy for her that she got her own opportunity. I know things have been tumultuous over the years because Charlamagne and she had not had the best relationship. They were co-workers. And the situation took place that happened with Gucci Mane and her. That was crazy. And Charlamagne, I think, had the opportunity to stand up for her. He came back and apologized. But, you know, to me, the damage at that point was already done because he was 10 toes down and not supporting her and having her back. So, and of course, that shows you things. That shows you things about kind of, how people are. Sometimes we think we got work friends and we think we got people that, typically when you work with folk, you spend a lot of time with those people at work. And a lot of times you kind of look at that as like a second family. And I think that kind of taught her that everybody at work ain't your friend. And so I think that was pretty a key lesson for her to learn at that point in time. But I think it's probably for the best that she goes on and does her own thing. Although, like I said, they seem to have moved forward and moved on. But we'll see. Real quick, I'm just gonna do an update on Brittney Griner because I have been upset about the whole thing. Brittney was sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison. And I say Russian prison so you can know the severity of the situation. Because I know how the U.S. prisons look, and maybe their prisons are better over there. I don't know, but I feel like it ain't no crystal stair over there. Okay, they gave her the harshest sentence for a little bitty cartridge that I don't think she intentionally. I'm gonna say this again. She was diagnosed with anxiety or something, or pain or something. Her doctor prescribed her the marijuana for that. Where she lives, it is legal. However, she had a cartridge. She did not even have the paraphernalia to smoke. She had a cartridge that she left in her bag. I leave stuff in my suitcase all the time by accident. Should she have checked her bag better? Probably. She travels over there. She plays every year overseas for that league. They're in the process of working out an agreement to do a prisoner trade, from my understanding. That's the last that I heard about that. And they're going to trade her for a Russian prisoner of war, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if they actually make good on their promise. But right now, here's where we are. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that she got that harsh. And I think that also blocks her. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably going to block her opportunity to play over there. I wouldn't want to go back over there. Let me just say that. After this situation, I wouldn't be playing for Russia no more. But also, there needs to be some changes to the game of the WNBA. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. They need to pay the women more money.
Huh?
They need to pay the women more money.
So the argument is that there is not the same support behind the NBA as it is for the WNBA. And that's the argument. That's the argument. And I agree. I watch some of the games, but I'm not like a diehard WNBA fan. I'm not. So I'm not constantly watching the games. I'm not. If I buy a ticket to go see a basketball game, it's going to be an NBA game. Not that the girls can't hoop, but I just don't, and I really don't ever. I know they play over the summertime or whatever time that they play. Or right after basketball season. Like I said, if it's on, I love sports, so I watch it. But am I like, ooh, I have recordings of basketball games that I'll watch it live and go back and rewatch the game. That's how much I love basketball, but I ain't recording on WNBA games. So we all, as we say, they need to pay them more money. We all also need to put more support behind that organization so that the women can get the money that they deserve in the WNBA. Just my thought process. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson broke up.
No, it's shocker. I think their contract was up. and nobody really cared about their relationship. It wasn't getting the media attention that she probably wanted.
Which is why, and let me say this, which is why when Kanye got put off of social media and all that stuff, I was on Kanye's side. Let me tell you why I was on Kanye's side. All of that trolling and stuff that was going on, that was for Kim. Pete was poking the bear. I don't care what nobody say. That man wasn't standing up for Kim Kardashian. He was throwing little jabs at Kanye West. And when you put my child in your lap, talking about here go your child, I'm raising your child. All of that right there, that man knew. You know that man, you crazy. So, and you know he crazy. You knew that man was gonna go.
Both of them crazy. Both of them got mental issues.
Now let me tell you what Pete stemmed from. Pete's dad was killed in 9/11. Okay, his dad was a firefighter. He died. So he was young when it happened. So he's dealt with a whole lot of mental issues over the years. I watched this interview. I've been watching Heart to Heart. Y'all was at home, I had nothing to do. So I watched like the whole first season of Heart to Heart. In the first probably 2 or 3 episodes of the second season of Heart to Heart. And so Pete Davidson was the probably one of the first, might have been the second, because I think Chris Rock might have been the first. And of course they had to put that disclosure. This was pre-Oscar slap. So I kind of got to have a better understanding of who Pete Davidson is, his background, that sort of thing. But yeah, I know where his stem from. Kanye stem from his mom passing. Both of them have a similar situation. But you know that man is crazy.
Both of them are. Okay, right. When you talk about trying to have sex with a baby on your comedy show, something wrong with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of that is all of that to me was just crazy and out of hand. So am I glad that it's over? I am. At this point, Kim, just date a regular dude. Like, stay out of the celebrity spotlight. Date somebody regular, let it go. They said he's in therapy because when they broke up, Kanye did a little thing. But what Kanye was doing was promoting his next album, what people don't realize, because it was like a newspaper clipping of Skeet Davidson, something. I don't know what it said, but he circled out Donda too. So he's promoting his next album. So I don't necessarily think that was particularly a dig at Pete Davidson. Who knows? I'm not sure. But I'm glad it's over because I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. You got 4 kids.
He mentioned his name, so
I think he was being clever. But here's the thing, y'all broke up.
Yeah.
Like you're grown. You an adult at this point. Beyonce. Let's talk about Beyonce real quick.
Girl, I'm sorry. Some of that stuff she be saying. Okay, you know I'm not a Beyonce fan. Girl, my hair is going everywhere. However, there's certain songs that I will listen to, but there's certain songs I would not. And I don't know if it was in her Lemonade album or something, but it was a song where she talked about she used the pages of the Holy Bible as a tampon.
I gotta go back and I listened to Lemonade.
Okay, well, it's one that or her. It was one. It was one of those, one of her recordings, and she talked about how she used the pages of the Holy Bible basically as a tampon. Some of the imagery that she has, it's revelation kind of stuff.
I got you. I think.
Yeah.
I personally don't really into Beyonce that much. I like Beyonce's music. It's a good bop. I love that, she gives back to Black culture, not only, in, giving it through her art, but actually she writes checks. You know what I'm saying? HBCU, she's dropping checks for that. I like it. This situation though that I'm about to talk about. Renaissance is still growing on me. Still growing on me. Um, two situations I absolutely want to talk about, or three. One's not that. So initially, before Renaissance even dropped, Renaissance leaked. Okay, Khalees. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.com, and I love Khalees. Let me preface this by saying I absolutely love Khalees. I love that she's a chef. I love that she has her own farm. I think I might have missed the order for the olive oil. Like, I love Khalees. Okay. Someone sent Khalees, it's a song. I can't remember the name of the song right now off the top of my head, but somebody sent Khalees um song that is an interpolation. And let me explain what interpolation is. It's a remix of a beat for a song. So you might use it. Beyonce did put the credit out there for her, but the beat does not belong to Khalees. It belongs to Pharrell and Chad, which are better known as the Neptunes. Okay. Um, they
You
worked
should have
with
kept that
Beyonce.
credit, girl,
Huh?
and got paid for it.
What happened?
I said she should have kept that credit
Well,
and got
this is
paid
what it
for it.
said, and I don't know how this works because I'm a music person, but I am not in the music industry. So she gave credit to the people who did the beat. I didn't hear the la 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 la. Somebody said it was a la la. I said I didn't hear that, and I listened
Yeah,
to the
it
song like
was. It was. It
so.
was.
They said it was
That
something
part
about the
of
la
la
la.
la la la. That
I
part.
don't remember hearing it. It's gone now, but
Well, you're
Khalid,
not gonna hear it now.
right? So ain't nobody gonna hear it. But what happened in that situation was is Khalees felt some type of way, so she decided to go to social media to air out her grievances. Now, Khalees has fallen out, and this is a well-known fact. She and Pharrell and Chad have fallen out. Now, she was signed to the Neptunes label back in the day when she came out with her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they, according to her, they cheated her out of royalties, they cheated her out of writing credits, that sort of thing. Because she said she did indeed write on a lot of her stuff back then. She doesn't own any of their music. Okay, so here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't own the music, your beef is not with Beyonce.
Your beef is with Pharrell.
Your beef is with Pharrell and Chad of the Neptunes. It ain't with Beyonce. It's with Pharrell and Chad of the Neptunes. However, she brought it to social media and said that Beyonce was a thief and she stole blah blah blah.
And this
So
is not the first time she did it. Blah blah blah
and
blah
I'm like,
blah
what
blah.
else she doing now? Khalees, you ain't got like hits now, girl. You know, you got some bops, but you ain't got no hits to where Beyonce was like, you know what? Let me go over here to Khalees's catalog and just steal from her. Um, so with that being said, if we don't own the music, and I know morally we want to look at some things from a moral standpoint and go from there. And morally, I always want to look at it from a moral standpoint. Definitely want to do that. Don't ever want to not do that. Were the guys wrong for cheating that girl out of her stuff if they indeed did it? Absolutely. She should get writing credits on her stuff. I also feel like maybe whatever type of contract she signed, she didn't have the right people around her to say, "Hey, no, she needs to get writing credit." So that's the other part of it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I also think that she could have parlayed this into a bigger opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like if you know Beyonce personally, if I know Beyonce and Beyonce then took some of my music, I'm gonna reach out to Beyonce and say, "Hey, Beyonce, let's do a remix to this song. Since you used my song, that could have been people coming to your stuff." Now, keep in mind, let me give the flip side because I'm also gonna play devil's advocate here. Um, on the flip side of that, she probably didn't want that because if they did a remix and Khalees did whatever, and the Neptunes own the music, the Neptunes would probably get the money for it versus, Khalees and Beyonce coming together to do something. So I don't know how that would have worked, but Khalees would have been able to kind of revive. And she still goes on tours. They have those tours all the time where they put people together. She's been on tour with Kelly Rowland. She's been on tour with a number of different people doing a set or whatever of music. She had, as a matter of fact, before she went on social media, she had just gotten off the stage. So she gets paid every time she performs any of the songs that she's had. However, she's not getting paid any royalties if it's used. So that's a beef and a viable complaint that she has with the Neptunes. Beyonce shouldn't have been brought in it. Just my thought process, because Beyonce worked with the owners and dealt with that. I don't think she owed Khalees a telephone call at all. However, if you felt a way, I think you should have picked up the phone and called Beyonce. So Beyonce said, I'm going to go and snatch this part off. We're not going to use it. It's cool. Album's still in the top 100. Every song on the album, as a matter of fact, is on the top 100 on the Billboard charts. So regardless. So there was another term that I did not know was a bad term against mentally challenged people called spaz. Didn't know that was a thing. Had you ever heard of that, Wendy? Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. So she had to change that word on one of the songs, and take it out. I was like,
and then didn't she have a song talking about Monica Lewinsky?
So let's talk about that. See,
okay, but look, one thing is Bill Clinton did it, not Monica Lewinsky.
But Bill Clinton didn't make sense in that little beat. It didn't. Number one. Number two, Monica. Let it go, girl. You will forever go down in history as I wasn't done, but okay. Can I have my water? You will forever go down in history as doing that. Like nobody's gonna ever change that because you did it. You did it.
You marked yourself, girl. Nobody wants to date you. You are single because people know who you are. Men know who you are. I'm surprised she's single.
You did it, girl. I was like, girl, sit down. Huh. Let it go. So that was a thing. In Beyonce world. Again, I don't be listening to all the lyrics of the songs like that. Now I'm gonna have to. Now you got me trying to figure out what song that was. What you were talking about on Lemonade?
Okay, it could be on Lemonade, or the one that she had the one with brown skinned girls. Is that Lemonade? Okay.
Brown skinned girl was on the either Lion King or the African one that she did. So
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Y'all, oh, one other thing. A lot of people have a problem with the song Church Girl. A lot of the church people do. If you actually listen to the words of Church Girl, it is talking about the hypocritical church scene. And a lot of people are not paying attention to that. So church people are mad. And she sampled the Twinkie Clark song. Now let's talk about that because we all saw the Clark sisters. If you ain't seen it by now, gone on over to Lifetime because it was good. Okay. Them girls acted that role out and they sang them songs, honey. Okay. So going on over there. It's not a bad Lifetime movie like a lot of them are. They did a good job with that movie. Twinkie got cheated out of a lot of her music when she was young. Okay. Don't know if she ever got it back, but I know she got cheated out of it. The opportunity for her to now have her music sampled, and this ain't the first time Beyonce has sampled the Clark sisters. They did it for Family Feud on Jay-Z's album 444. So this ain't they sampling and they doing it, and so let Twinkie get her money and her checks, y'all. If y'all know, y'all know. Also, the song has a message. It's a lot of hypocrisy in the church. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the church. There's a lot of mess in the church. It's just a lot of things that take place and go on as far as the church is concerned. And in that song, that is what she is discussing and highlighting and talking about. So let's get off our holier than thou horses, if you will, and make sure that you actually pay attention to what you're listening to. Like, obviously, I didn't on whatever song. Wendy gonna find this song for me, talking about I'm gonna use the Holy Bible as a tampon or whatever. She gonna find that for me. But we got to make sure that we are not jumping up and down about stuff and not actually having the content behind everything. That's just my thought process on it. We're gonna keep it moving because I think we might get about 20 more minutes on this. Next story. So Ne-Yo's wife is filing for divorce because she claims that he has fathered a baby with another woman. Ne-Yo.
Okay, I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted. Y'all don't be protecting themselves. And this is what trips me out. They don't be protecting themselves. And there's this Instagram model, Gina Tao. I think that's the name under the Instagram, who has full-blown AIDS. She's 27 years old, has full-blown AIDS. And according to the doctor, she didn't had it for over 10 years. So she was in her teens, but she's linked to having sex with Nick Cannon, Chris Brown, and I'm thinking she's been going her rounds with some of these celebrities. And Nick Cannon don't like to wrap it up.
He definitely doesn't. Like, he is over here fathering villages. You know what I'm saying? So no,
he's making him a basketball team. And I'm like, and then for when Crystal, and I'm thinking, wasn't Crystal the side chick when he was with Homegirl?
With Monyetta? I'm not sure about that.
Because here goes another case. If she was, you lose them how you got them.
I don't know that that's true. I think that's super alleged. But I do know that I didn't know. Right. But I do know that when they first got together, because Monyetta and Dude still had to have a relationship because of their kids. They had a lot of back and forth on social media. Now, I will say this. I'm super disgusted that you out here still having babies because you made that lady have a hysterectomy. Or was it a hysterectomy?
No, she burned her tubes.
That's yeah. And you still out here having babies. She wanted to continue. She wanted to have more kids with him. She can't even. She's married now, right? She's married now, and her new husband is probably very understanding of her situation. However, if she wanted to have more kids with her new husband, she couldn't do that because you robbed her of their opportunity. She did that because she thought that y'all were going to be together because you had proposed to her and you were her fiance. So that to me is trash behavior. Like, it's no way on God's green planet that you should be out here still able to make the babies. Vasectomies are reversible. But men don't want to do that. We want to police women's bodies. And in that situation, you police that woman's body. And I don't know if he's ever apologized to her, but I think publicly that man needs to apologize to that woman. Because why would you do it to her? That just doesn't, that don't make sense at all. Why did you do that? Why? So I think this is also the chickens coming home to roost because even though you and Moneta were not together, you married this lady. You had more kids with this lady. You told her you didn't want to have no more kids, which is why it just made sense for y'all to get the tubes burnt, tied, whatever, cut out. She can't have no more kids. That's really crazy. So I think that's disgusting. I'm super disgusted by that whole situation because that wasn't cool. Serena's retiring from tennis after the U.S. Open. If I'm not mistaken, she is gonna retire.
Yeah.
Um, that's her plan. She has a lot of businesses. She got her hands on a lot of different things. I'm not mad at this. Why not go out on top or go out, being the best that you can be and doing your thing. Um, and she probably wants to do, mommy things with the baby. That little baby is adorable. So yeah, I think this is good for her. Hopefully she continues to grow, in her businesses, continues to deal with, what she needs to deal with as far as that's concerned. So I'm super happy for her. So shout out to our girl Serena Williams. Um, wish her much success and happiness. Megan Thee Stallion's new album has come out. She just dropped it on us. No big deal. I haven't heard it all yet. But Traumazine is out now. She's talking about. I'm not sure if she's bear. I think they said she bears everything. I don't know if she's going to talk about the shooting incident. I know she's definitely going to talk about the record label and the situation she went through with them. And she has been out here promoting the album and performing. She also had a cameo on P Valley, that aired last week as Tina Snow. Um, and so she did an excellent job there. Little known fact, Megan tried out or auditioned for the part of Mercedes, who is like one of the main strippers at the Pink. She didn't get the role. She said after she saw Brandy, she said she understood why she didn't get the role because that role was made for Brandy. However, Megan is super duper excited that she got the opportunity to make this cameo on the show. So I'm super glad she did a good job. Shout out to Megan. Like, I'm always gonna root for her. She's like a niece in my head. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Um, Breonna
You
Taylor.
want to? Okay. I got the story up.
I'm gonna need you gone. Yeah, gone because I know bits and pieces.
Okay, so let me go ahead and so I'm gonna read it out. Okay. In the years since the police killing of Breonna Taylor, the 26-year-old woman who was fatally shot after a raid on her Louisville, Kentucky home, questions about the origin of the search warrant have dominated conversations. Now, the community is learning that it wasn't how the warrant was carried out, but why it was issued in the first place.
Right.
Three new
Right.
officers, Kelly Hannah Goodlett, Joshua James, and Cal Meany, have been charged with federal crimes in connections to the killing of Taylor, including unlawful conspiracy, obstruction offenses, use of excessive force, and federal civil rights offenses, as the Department of Justice previously confirmed. Although Goodlett, Meany, and James were not present at the time of the raid, their alleged misconduct is being accused of initiating the events that eventually led to the fatal shooting. Goodlett, James, and Meany falsified information to get the warrant, alleging that Taylor was receiving illegal packages at the
Right.
residence,
Right.
despite allegedly knowing that the information was false, the
Yeah.
Washington Post reports. They are also being accused of covering up their activity along with the police department being connected to the Elliott Avenue project, according to WLKY. I guess that's the local news station there.
Yeah.
Okay, the Elliott Avenue project is a development project. A document describing the project alleges that the neighborhood's social and urban fabric was deteriorating over recent decades due to high levels of disinvestment and crime. It also states that the Department of Development of developed Louisville Office of Community Development, the city's entity behind the project, in partnership with Keeping It Real, a local nonprofit partner. Blase, blase, blase. So basically,
if you watched any of the documentaries on Breonna Taylor, they mentioned all of this. They mentioned that they thought that the arrest warrant was crap.
okay.
So they mentioned all of that because they were saying that it was packages, Amazon packages, my nigga. So you think drugs are coming in through Amazon packages? Okay, cool. That's really crafty. The guy that she used to date was on the other side of town, and they had already arrested him before they did what they did at her house. So all of that was unnecessary, and it shouldn't have happened. Now,
okay, so listen to this. So Goodlett pleaded guilty to federal conspiracy charges, offering information about how she and her alleged co-conspirators obtained the warrant for Taylor's home and covered their tracks. According to Goodlett, she and James allegedly lied to get the search warrant on Glover's home in March 2020. James falsely stated in the warrant application that Glover was also receiving packages at his ex-girlfriend Taylor's address at Springfield Drive in South Louisville. After Taylor was killed, Goodlett and James allegedly came up with a cover story to cover their tracks. She explained that they coordinated their tales via text and calls, as well as held a secret meeting in James' garage. She says, and I quote, "When Joshua James and Kelly Goodlett met me in the garage on the evening of May 17, 2020, Joshua James relayed to Goodlett that they needed to get on the same page because they could both go down for putting false information in the Springfield Drive warrant affidavit." Well. It seems like we're going to get some justice for her. But then those other people needs to be charged for killing her. Faith. Okay, she's frozen. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my gosh, Faith is frozen. Hold on, I'm calling her. Computer. Okay, she's logging back on. Okay, so while she's logging on, let me say, okay, after Taylor's death, the city was quick to secure Glover's rented home and got quite a deal for it. According to the Wave, the city bought the home for $1, and the estimated home was valued more than $17,000. Taylor's attorney started looking into the potential corruption and misconduct in 2020. According to WHAS 11, they filed a lawsuit that alleges her death is connected to the Elliott Project. The suit states that the LMPD created a special unit, the Place-Based Investigation Unit, PBI, that focuses on certain areas which needed to be cleared for real estate development projects to proceed. Sources also allege that the block on which Glover lived was an obstacle to the project's efforts, and the LMPD Criminal Interdiction Division, which the PBI is under, went after the area to kickstart development plan. So, hold on, I think it's not. Why is it not? Okay. My computer was about to die. So apparently it seems like that her death was caused because of greed. People wanted a certain development, people wanted land, and allegedly, and they needed to have a reason to arrest, and so they did. So I really truly believe that now, since this has come up, that that not only do those 3 police officers need to be indicted, the ones that did the shooting, involved in the shooting, needs to be indicted. The ones that, I mean, come on. So we're just waiting on Faith. Come back and here
I'm
she
here.
is.
My
Okay.
computer froze up and crashed. So
Really did. I was just reading some of the rest of the things just to feel the
I was
time.
I was looking at it. I was doing it on my phone, but I can't come in because I don't have access to control it from my phone. So the land that you're referring to though was the neighborhood that the boyfriend was staying in, because Breonna Taylor stayed
Right.
in town in an apartment
Right.
complex. That was a nice
Right.
apartment complex. They didn't have that type of though didn't have those type of situations happen over where she was living and staying. So
I just said not only should they be indicted, the ones that already are, the what's the dude? Was it the what you call those people? District attorney. The district attorney should the black dude that said that it was justified.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Daniel,
He needs to be
he running for
he
governor.
needs to, he needs to be seriously, he needs to be
He
held
running for governor,
responsible.
girl.
Those
They not
officers
gonna
that
hold
came in and broke in, they need to be retried.
They do.
It was under false information, so that should be null and void. They all should be indicted. They was wrong.
Go to jail. Go to jail. Go to jail. Go to jail. Jail. Jail.
Also want to say we lost 2 people this week. Olivia Newton-John.
A whole bunch of them since we was on here.
I know. Who all there we lost? I know for one, Olivia Newton-John. We lost her. I watched Grease most of the day yesterday. It was on Freeform. They put it back to back to back to back. And then Anne Heche, she passed. Well, she was already brain dead. She was in a coma. They didn't expect for her to come out of it.
No.
Honestly, I believe she tried to do it. I'm sorry.
I don't think she did it on purpose.
I think she did.
Well, let me tell you why I don't believe that she did it on purpose. I think you know how you drive fast.
Yeah, but she had a lot of drugs in her system.
Oh, I didn't know she had drugs in her system.
Yes, she was high on cocaine and all of that.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yes. And the reason why I said she meant to do it is because, think about it. Most folks, when they get high like that, they're at home.
Well, she was out running errands and stuff too. Like she had just left like a boutique or something. Like she was out like shopping and stuff.
She was high. She was high. She was high.
Nichelle Nichols. From Star Trek.
Yes. Beautiful woman.
We lost somebody else too, girl. I don't know who else.
We lost a lot of people though. We got to go back. Next week we're going to have to do in memoriam.
We'll see what we can do. But I saw that Nichelle died, and I was like, oh my God. Loved her. Loved what she did for the culture for us. So I was definitely taken aback by hearing that.
You get on the phone? I gotta get off right quick. I gotta get off him right quick. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. So we are praying for those families. there is a lot of speculation and stuff that's going on with um that's going on with as far as um the Anne Hesh situation. We were just talking about that just then. I didn't know all of the details. I knew they said that they thought that she was drinking, but she was also shopping and running errands and that sort of thing. She ran into someone's home, um, and I had gotten the impression that she was stable at one point because I know they had reported that she was stable. Um, but um, nevertheless, my heart goes out. I didn't know she had sons. She had kids, so my heart
Two.
definitely goes out to
Yeah,
her
two
children.
kids, two boys. Two
Yeah,
boys.
yeah. So, yeah. So there's that. The only reason why I came out the camera is because I'm eating, not popcorn, but like food. That's why I came out. So yeah. Do we have anything else? I can't think right now. Anything?
No.
Oh, the nurse. The
Oh
nurse.
yeah, oh girl, have you seen that video?
I have
Have you
not.
seen the video?
I haven't.
Oh
I
my
haven't.
gosh, the way she speeded onto that traffic and just caused that fiery crash that killed 6 people, and she's okay.
Yes, including a pregnant woman. She was an ICU nurse who killed 5 people, including a pregnant woman, and injured 8 others in a fiery crash. Has officially been charged with 6 counts of murder in the Los Angeles County prosecutors. I'm sorry, in the Los Angeles County court system. Her name is Nicole
Her
Lee.
bail is set at $9 million.
Right. She ain't got that money to do that. I mean, she's a nurse, but I'm sure she don't have it. But she was involved in like 13 previous wrecks. She was driving over 100 miles an hour. She's a traveling nurse, so she's originally from Houston, Texas. She oh my god, this is crazy. I didn't see the video. I have to go back and watch it. But if she's
It's been all
convicted,
over TikTok.
she
Folks
can
have been posting
face
on
90
TikTok.
years. You know what, I'm not okay with the posting, and I get it now on social media. It's helpful, especially for us with the Black Lives movement, with the Black Lives Matter movement. It's very helpful, but there's certain things that I don't want to see on the
Oh
internet.
yeah,
I don't want that type of trauma in my life. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Um,
And then as we talk about that, this past week was a trial against the LAPD from Kobe Bryant that they had shown pictures, took pictures beside the bodies.
mm-hmm.
They took pictures beside the body.
Sent it
Now,
to other people who didn't have anything to do with the investigation.
and then hold on, Gianna,
mm-hmm.
she was decapitated.
I thought it was Kobe that was decapitated.
He was too, but she was too.
Mm.
I mean, they was like you could not hardly recognize who she was. That's how bad she was. And they took pictures of it. And then they were showing it in the courtroom. And the wife, Mrs. Bryant, I forget her name. I'm not, what's her name? Vanessa. She had to get up and leave because she couldn't take it. I would have left too.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. They trying to say that the police department is trying to of course say that they're innocent and all of that, but that's
no,
wrong.
You're not. You shared it with other people. I mean, and they admitted that they shared it with people who didn't have anything to do with the investigation whatsoever. Y'all at dinner parties showing these pictures to one another.
So she's about to get paid.
I hope so. I absolutely hope so. And they were like, well, we haven't leaked it to the media. Some photos from that scene was leaked to the media. I'm gonna say that because how did TMZ get the photos of the crash site? One of y'all leaked something. So that's crazy. Um, but this lady right here, um, can face up to 90 years behind bars. Um, she's renting a room in LA, working as a traveling registered nurse.
But
She
isn't
was
she saying like she's gonna do like mental stuff?
Well, so they have said that she has a history of mental illness. A lot of people were like, "Well, why is she a nurse?" There are a lot of nurses and doctors that suffer from mental illness. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't work in their profession. She needs additional help. I don't know that she's going to be able to stand trial. And actually, that's trauma. Although she caused the trauma, that's a super traumatic situation to have to deal with and live through. So I don't know. I'm not for certain. I'm not sure. Um, at all. Period. But um, they're gonna put her away for a long time. I know that
Yeah.
unless she can prove that she's not competent to stand trial. So
Mm-hmm.
heart always goes out. I know of there, different situations where people in major professions that snap or something goes off in their head or something pretty crazy happens and takes place and they end up messed up. Um, so yeah, I definitely my heart goes out to all the families involved in that. Definitely hate that they had to lose someone because someone is being negligent and acting, a complete and total idiot behind the wheel. So, um, anything else?
Not that I can think of. I think that's it for the week. That
Okay.
that we could scratch in the little amount of time that we have.
Okay. We'll be back here tomorrow night. We have to finish up our
Mhm.
discussion on Stranger Things, but we're also gonna dive into
I thought
Big
we
Brother.
finished it.
No, we didn't do the second part.
You sure about that?
Positive. We only did the first part.
I could have sworn we did the second part.
We didn't.
I could have sworn we did the second part. I'm
I'm telling
absolutely
you, we didn't.
sure.
No, we only
I'm
did the first part.
absolutely sure.
Okay, you
Oh,
be sure. I'm telling you, we didn't. We did part one. We did not do part
we
two.
we talked about it.
We talked about part two of Stranger Things.
Yes. I'm about to check it out.
Okay, you check it out and you let me
Uh,
know. Um, we do have some TV updates, some TV news, and we'll talk about some premiere dates coming up as well. One thing that's back is Crownish, so I definitely want to talk about the first few episodes of that. And new show alert. There's a show that comes on after Grownish called Everything is Trash. I love it. It's
I
hilarious to
haven't
me.
seen it.
It is so freaking funny.
Okay,
Um,
you're right. You right.
I know I'll be right. I
You
know I'd be
right.
right. So we got some other TV news, some premieres that have come out. Um, so I want you guys to join us tomorrow, 8ish. We'll be back here again
Mhm.
to discuss TV on its own. Make sure y'all are tuned in with us tomorrow night. I'm patiently waiting on my child to walk through the door. He played hard this weekend. They had a football tournament in Little Rock. I could not attend because I'm still trying to get over this mess that I was dealing with. And got to take some medicine in just a few minutes. But I'm waiting on my baby to get home. They played a football tournament. They got second place in the tournament, but they were kicking butt left and right. The defending champions, however, did not, and I repeat, did not let them take that win. So I they play hard though, and I'm extremely proud of them. I can't wait to see those guys do more. Those little guys play their heart out from the games I could watch because the way they live streamed was set up was not A100. But from what I could see, the boys did their best. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see my kid. When he walks through the door, he has to go straight to bed. He cannot pass go. He cannot collect $200. He just gotta go to sleep. Because we gotta come to school tomorrow. But so shout out to them. Also, it's my mommy's birthday. Um, part of the reason why we were so late today
Yeah.
was I was at her house hanging out with her. Did you know that Bonanza had 3 movies?
Bonanza.
Had 3 movies. We watched 2 of them today and was tripping because I was like, but how? But why? They had 3 movies. So just wanted to put that little tidbit out there for you guys.
That is crazy.
They had 3 movies: 1988, 1993, and 1995, and we watched 2 of them.
Okay, I think the 98, the 88 would have had Michael Landon in it, but the other 2 didn't.
No, Michael Landon. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you
because he died in like early 90s. It had to be the early 90s.
He wasn't in any of the spinoff in the movies. Okay. It was his son. It was the premise was it was their children. So it was Adam, Lil Joe, and his
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was. So Lil Joe had 2 kids, and his actual real life son played his son on the show. They had a little guy that looked just like House. Real talk, no lie. He looked just like House, but it is not his son in real life. And then they had this guy. So from the first movie to the second movie, they had an Australian guy play Adam's son. And then it went from the Australian guy to because I was like, why y'all got this dude from Australia on here? This don't make sense. This supposed to be in 1905. Not saying that Australia didn't exist or people weren't traveling on boats to get over here, but like, if I lived in Australia, I don't want to come stay on no Ponderosa. That's just me, okay? But you know, they took my note because the next one they had another Adam on the next one. So yes, we watched that today along with Big Brother. So yeah. So I'm gonna get over here. We will see you guys tomorrow night for It's On 8:00. Same channel. Make sure y'all tune in. That's it. We gone. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.